this example, we'll be looking at how to fill out the etymology table, and we'll be using the species name Profunditer aquicola sanfordiae to look at filling out of the species epithet, but then also how to fill out the etymology table for the genus name, which in this case consists of several different word elements or morphemes for the genus name, which actually allows us to look at this as a good example of how to form compound names. So if we are currently on the species names page. So if we go to the missing etymology table, we can see that it tells us that it's looking for the etymology for the word sanfordiae. And we can start off by selecting this automatically fill the etymology selection. So that tool actually already syllabifies the word for us. And although it doesn't know the etymology for all of the different word elements as of yet, if we're looking at higher taxonomic ranks where we would have a genus name as the root of the name and the appropriate suffix indicating the taxonomic rank, it would actually already fill that in for us. But in this case, it at least already syllabifies the word for us. So because sanfordiae is only made up of one word, which would be Sanford, we can already go to the full word element. And in this case, this would be a Neo-Latin, it would be a genitive feminine noun, Sanfordiae, and this means of Sanford, referring to the Sanford Underground Research Facility, or SURF. So if we have that, we know that this is only one name, one word element making up that name, and we can immediately fill out just the full word section for this table, and we can select submit. So we can evaluate how this has formatted it for us, and we can see here that it's a Neo-Latin genitive feminine noun, Sanfordiae of Sanford, referring to the Sanford Underground Research Facility. Next up, we can have a look at the actual genus name and how we would fill that in. So we can select the edit etymology for the genus name Profunditer aquicola. And again, if we select the automatically fill the etymology tool, we actually have that syllabification for the name occurring. But again, we have to fill in the etymologies for each of the different word elements or morphemes so that it's clear where this name comes from and how we formed this name. So typically if I have a compound name or a name made up of several different elements or words, I prefer to actually fill in the particles, to start off with filling in the particles that make up this word individually first. And in this case, the first one would be profundum. The second one would be terra. Third one would be aqua. And the last one would be the suffix cola. So if we have a look at this, we know that profundum is a Latin word, and it actually means deep. And this word is a neuter adjective. Terra likewise is a Latin word, but this is actually a feminine noun, and it means earth. The next element, aqua, is actually also a Latin feminine noun. And of course means water. And then lastly, we have the suffix cola, which would be a Neo-Latin feminine suffix, and that is abbreviated as such. And this means an inhabitant of. So if we're putting all of this together, we can see that there's removal of some parts of the words and merging of other parts of the words. And the reason that we do this is because we add connecting vowels where necessary. So first off, we take the roots of these words, add connecting vowels, and then generate these compound names. So for profundum, we're basically looking at this first part of being the root of the word. And because this preceding word, when we're putting this together, is a Latin word. We will be using the connecting vowel I. With terra and aqua, we actually have the next word starting off with a vowel. So in this case, we don't actually need to add a connecting vowel. And then lastly, with a connecting vowel I, the A falls away for the aqua, and we have an I being the connecting vowel between the aqua and the cola elements, because we have again the preceding word, which is aqua, being a Latin word. So if the preceding word is of Greek origin, then you would typically use an O as the connecting vowel. And this is similar to the guidelines provided and that has been used for forming prokaryotic names in the ICNP as well. So as I said, we have the I being the connecting vowel between profundum and terra, and we have an I being the connecting vowel between aqua and cola. So we have a Neo-Latin word being formed that ultimately is a feminine noun, and this refers to an inhabitant of water from the deep earth. And we can then click submit for this. And again, we can just check that the formatting was correct. So the etymology for the genus name Profundi terraquicola, we have profundum, which means deep, which is a Latin neuter adjective. We have terra, which means earth, which is a Latin feminine noun. We have aqua, which means water, which is a Latin feminine noun. And we have the suffix cola, which is a Neo-Latin feminine suffix, which means an inhabitant of. And putting all of those together with the I's being the connecting vowels as the preceding elements consistently were Latin, we have a Neo-Latin feminine noun as the genus name Profundi terraquicola, which refers to an inhabitant of water from the deep earth.